A very good afternoon to all the participants who have joined in. Good afternoon to today's speaker, CA Manish Gadia ji. Good afternoon to my executive committee member, Sarvesh Chapadia, and all the members present over here. I welcome you all to today's session, which has been where the topic is startup income tax benefit challenges and valuation aspects. We have Manish Gadia with us. He is a registered valuer, and as far we from views exchange part, we know that valuation is a subject wherever we are in doubts. We look forward to Manish Gadia ji, who has been giving lectures on this subject. And depending on the market situations, we thought that startup is the another challenge which we as a chartered accountant are facing. That if we are going to start up any new business, what should be our valuation? What are the income tax benefits? And for this, we have arranged this session. I welcome you, Manish ji, and I request my committee member, Sarvesh Chapadia, to kindly introduce Manish ji.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Sarvesh, and it gives me immense pleasure to introduce today's speaker and former president of Views Exchange CA Study Circle, CA Manish Gadia. He is a practicing chartered accountant for the past 21 years and veteran in the areas of income tax, banking, and finance. He also holds vast experience in internal audit, internal control system, and ERP implementation. From the past 2 years, he is handling valuation assignments for different corporates and non-corporates, and he is very passionate about finance and business valuation area. He has expertise in preparing numerous project reports and loan syndications from different banks also. As a registered valuer, he is a well-known speaker and has given numerous deliberations on the topic related to security and financial assets at various professional forums. We welcome you, Manish ji, and look forward for a terrific session on startup income tax benefits, challenges, and valuation aspects.
Thank you, Sarvesh.
With this small introduction, I will now pass it over to
Yeah, thank you, Sarvesh. Without taking much time, I'd request Manish ji to kindly present his deliberation.
Thank you, Naveen ji. Thank you, Sarvesh ji. First of all, I would like to thank you, Views Exchange Chartered Accountant Study Circle, for giving me opportunity to present my views on startups, various aspects of a startup, like its benefit, different challenges, and what are the valuation aspects of startup. So, and I thanks to all the participants also for giving their valuable time to learn and enhance their knowledge. So there are a lot of friends also who have joined in today's webinar. So I thank to all of friends and all the participants. So to start with, Warren Buffett has made a very fantastic quote, that is the best investment that we can make is in ourselves. The best return we can get by investing in ourselves. The more we learn, the more we earn. So the today's topic is also about learning new areas, new skills about startups. Startup is a very buzzing word and very new phenomena in our today's life, and India is also becoming day by day. Lot of new startups are coming, and India has become third largest ecosystem in the world in the area of startup. And in today's scenario, more than 50 million startups are coming every year. So to start with, first let's understand what is about startup, means how it is different from the matured business. So I would like to share my screen. So friend, give me 1 minute. Is my screen visible to all?
Yes, sir, it's visible, sir.
Okay, thank you very much. So let's understand what is startup, because startup is a new area, new concept. So startup is normally a newborn or a young company that is struggling to achieve their potential and full growth. It has not achieved its full potential. Normally startup जो होता है वो एक यंग कंपनी होती है जो कि अपनी फुल पोटेंशियल को प्राप्त करने के लिए स्ट्रगल करता होता है. सो देयर इज नो मच हिस्ट्री अबाउट द स्टार्टअप. इट्स ए ओनली फ्यू ईयर हिस्ट्री, 1 year or 2 year हिस्ट्री इज देयर. या फिर इसमें कोई रेवेन्यू भी उसका बहुत ज्यादा नहीं रहता है पहले पास्ट में. Normally it's a loss making company, and there are a lot of failures happens in the startups also. So there are few characteristics. Let's understand what are their characteristics and what are their ingredients. Startup के अंदर में normally it come up with an innovative idea. कोई ना कोई unique products या process या service होना चाहिए which is going to solve some problem of the customers or some users. एंड टेक्नोलॉजिकल इन्वॉल्वमेंट, टेक्नोलॉजिकल इनपुट्स भी बहुत ज्यादा स्टार्टअप में होना चाहिए टू स्केल अप एंड टू रिपीट इट्स बिजनेस टू न्यू एरिया, टू न्यू कस्टमर्स. स्केलेबल बिजनेस मॉडल होना चाहिए इसका. देन इट इज कॉल्ड स्टार्टअप. एंड लाइक आई सेड कि फेल्योर रेट इज वेरी मच हायर इन स्टार्टअप. 99.9% startups are going to fail in their starting year of business. Like first year or second year they are going to fail, and very few startups are going to be matured and जिनका कुछ IPO आता है या they become unicorns. जैसे अभी Zomato का स्टार्टअप आया था, we all know, and Zomato has become a unicorn. So very few startups become very successful. And one of the most and biggest challenge or biggest problem of the startup is fundraising, because they have to pitch their idea to the investors or to the fund managers. उसके बेसिस में उनको फंडिंग रेज होती है, and unless until they get the proper funding, the startup is not going to success or not going to grow. And there is a big opportunity of job opportunities also there, because startups creates lot of new job in the market. जैसे Zomato has hired 2.5 lakh people in their service industry, and lot of other startups also, जैसे Flipkart, Amazon, they have hired lot of persons. And startup increases the growth of the economy of the country. जितना ज्यादा startup culture या economy में आएगा, the economy is going to boom. So startup is very much necessary to build or grow the economy. So now let's understand what is the definition of startup in our income tax, and what are the provision in the Income Tax Act which defines the startup. So section 80 IAC of the Income Tax Act 1961 defines the startup. So let's understand section 80 IAC. Section 80 IAC say that where the gross total income of an assessee being an eligible startup that includes any profit and gains derived from eligible business. So eligible business से कोई eligible startup में कोई profit या gains हो रहा है, that is there shall be a deduction of an amount that is equal to 100% of the profit and gains derived from such business for 3 consecutive assessment years. So अगर eligible business से eligible startup में कोई profit हो रहा है, then it will be 100% tax exemption for 3 consecutive assessment year out of 10 year from the date of its incorporation. So section 80 IAC tells us about eligible startup and eligible business. So let's understand what is eligible startup as per section 80 IAC. Eligible startup means a company or a limited liability partnership firm engaged in the business, eligible business. So eligible startup can be a company, it can be a private limited company or limited company, or it can be a LLP also. And there can not be any proprietorship firm or individual can do any startups, and they have to fulfill few conditions. There are 3 conditions, namely that it should start its business on or after 1st April 2016, but before 31st March 2022. the total turnover of its business does not exceed 100 crore rupees in any previous year beginning from 1st April 16 to 31st March 22. And it holds a certificate of eligible business from the Inter-Ministerial Board of Certification as notified in the official gazette by the central government. So there are 3 conditions, friend, and there are few other conditions also that we will discuss after few slides. So first, let's understand what is eligible business. So eligible business is a business which involves innovation, development, deployment, or commercialization of new product, process, or service driven by technology or intellectual property. So for the purpose of eligible business, it is very important कि जो प्रोडक्ट, प्रोसेस या सर्विस का जो बिजनेस हो रहा है उसमें इनोवेशन होना चाहिए और उसमें टेक्नोलॉजी या इंटेलेक्चुअल प्रॉपर्टी राइट का इन्वॉल्वमेंट होना चाहिए. देन ओनली इट कैन बी कॉल्ड एज ए एलिजिबल बिजनेस. एंड एलिजिबल बिजनेस जो होगा उसका भी फिर आगे फ्यू कंडीशंस आर देयर व्हिच हैज टू बी मेट. सो देयर आर फ्यू अदर कंडीशंस आल्सो that has to be fulfilled by the startup, that it is not formed by splitting up or reconstruction of a business that is already in use. It is not formed by the transfer of a new business of a plant and machinery that were used previously by any other business, and it has not completed a period of 10 years from the date of its incorporation or registration, and it has received a certificate from the Inter-Ministerial Board, and the deduction shall be for 3 consecutive years out of 10 years beginning from the date of its incorporation. So there are 4 other conditions also there कि इसका कोई स्प्लिटिंग अप या रिकंस्ट्रक्शन से बिजनेस स्टार्ट नहीं होना चाहिए, या कोई प्रीवियसली यूज्ड प्लांट एंड मशीनरी अगर यूज की हुई है उस वो ट्रांसफर करके कोई बिजनेस स्टार्ट नहीं होना चाहिए, या बिजनेस 10 साल से पुराना नहीं होना चाहिए, और जो बेनिफिट है टैक्स एग्जेम्पशन विल बी 3 ईयर within 3 consecutive year out of 10 year. So friends, there are multiple tax exemption provided in the Income Tax Act for the startups. Or startups, which kind of startup? The startup which are eligible startup and which fulfill certain conditions and which are registered with the DPIIT. जो DPIIT में registered है, only those startup will be eligible for tax exemption. And how to register with the DPIIT, that we'll also understand in today's webinar. DPIIT में registration करने के क्या procedure है, क्या terms condition है, क्या document submit करना पड़ता है, that also we'll understand. And we are going to understand the valuation mechanism also. So let's understand. There are multiple tax exemption. The first tax exemption is 3-year tax exemption under section 80 ISE that we have already discussed. Second tax exemption is exemption from angel tax, that is under section 56(2)(7)(b. So angel tax we all know. Angel tax होता है कि अगर कोई Indian resident company या closely held company, if they are going to further issue of share and they want to raise further issue of capital, then it can be less than its fair market value. अगर fair market value से ऊपर में कोई share issue करती है कोई company, so that will be counted as the income of the company. Suppose अगर कोई company का fair market value is 100 rupees and fair market value calculation has to be derived from as per valuation rules 11UA2. 11UA2 के हिसाब से हमको valuation करना पड़ेगा, और 11UA2 के हिसाब से suppose the fair market value is 100 rupees, and if the company wants to issue share at 200 rupees at more than fair market value, then it cannot issue. जो fair market value से ऊपर का value है, that will be counted as the income of the company. But in case of eligible startup that is registered with DPIIT, it can issue its share at above its fair market value at any amount. Suppose करिए 100 रुपया का fair market value share, it can issue at 1000 rupees also, or at any amount. So there is a relaxation given to eligible startup. And third is exemption from long-term capital gain tax to the eligible startup, and that is given in section 54EE. tax exemptions to individual and HUF also for long-term capital gain in case they have invested their long-term capital gain in the equity share of the eligible startup under section 54GB. And there is again a relaxation under section 79, that is relaxed provision for set off and carry forward of losses under section 79. So we will all understand all these provisions one by one. So section 80 IAC we have just concluded कि it can be incorporated as a company or a LLP. It has to be incorporated on or after 1st April 2016, but before 31st March 2022. The turnover should not exceed rupees 100 crore rupees in the financial year for which deduction is claimed. It is not formed by splitting up or reconstruction of a business already in existence. It is not formed by transfer to a new business of plant and machinery previously used for any other purpose, and it holds a certificate of eligible business from Interministerial Board of Certification, and it is engaged in innovation, development, deployment or improvement of product, process or service, or it is a scalable business model. The business should be a scalable business model with a high potential of employment generation or wealth creation. So these are the few conditions which a startup need to meet. Then only they can claim 3-year consecutive out of 10 years from the date of its incorporation. And now we are coming to section 56 to 7B for angel tax exemption. If a closely held company want to further issue its share above its fair market value, then the excess amount shall be counted as an income of the closely held company. But in case of startup company, this provision has been relaxed, but there has to be certain criteria or certain conditions there that has to be met by the startup. The startup should be registered with the DPIIT. First condition is there. Second is the aggregate amount of paid up share capital and share premium of the startup after the proposed issue of shares should not exceed 25 crore rupees. So the जो startup share capital issue कर रही है उसका share capital and share premium should not exceed 25 crore rupees after the issue of the further issue of capital. And third condition is there that startup has to make a declaration in form 2 with the DPIIT. So that also we will understand कि DPIIT में हमको form 1 फाइल करना पड़ता है for tax exemption and form 2 फाइल करना पड़ता है for angel tax exemption. So startup has to file a declaration in form 2 with DPIIT along with certain details, जैसे name of the company, date of incorporation, registration number, contact detail, and a self declaration form has to be also attached along with form 2. And while calculating this threshold limit of 25 crore rupees, there are certain relaxation given that issue of share to the following person shall not be included. If the shares are being issued to following person, then this 25 crore rupees limit shall not be counted. If the shares are issued to non-resident or a venture capital company or venture capital fund, or if the shares are issued to any alternate investment fund category 1 or category 2, or if the shares are issued to a listed company whose net worth is more than 100 crore rupees or whose turnover exceeds 250 crore rupees for the financial year preceding the year in which shares are issued. So ये 5 कैटेगरी को अगर शेयर इशू कर रहे हैं तो 25 करोड़ रुपीस लिमिट shall not be counted. And there is a further condition also there. If the startup which raises the fund cannot invest its fund in the following category of assets for the next 7 years. So what are the assets in which the startup cannot invest its fund which it has raised from the further issue of capital? So these are the assets, friends. Number 1 is land and building. It cannot invest in land and building, shares and securities, motor vehicle, एयरक्राफ्ट, ज्वेलरी एंड आर्कियोलॉजिकल कलेक्शंस। सो अगर ये स्टार्टअप का बिजनेस नहीं है तो स्टार्टअप कैन नॉट इन्वेस्ट इन दीज काइंड ऑफ असेट्स। अगर इन्वेस्ट करती है तो इट विल बी काउंटेड एज द इनकम ऑफ द स्टार्टअप। नेक्स्ट इज exemption from long term capital gain tax under section 54EE. So eligible startup can claim exemption from long term capital gain if it fulfills the following conditions. So what are those conditions? Number one condition is if the startup invests its long term capital gain fund in the fund notified by the central government within a period of 6 months from the date of transfer of the assets. So जो लॉन्ग टर्म कैपिटल गेन जो स्टार्टअप का हुआ है, he has to invest this long term capital gain in the funds notified by the central government. जैसे अपने पढ़ते हैं कि रूरल इलेक्ट्रिफिकेशन बोर्ड है या नाबार्ड है या जो 3 ठो फंड है, उसमें अगर स्टार्टअप इन्वेस्टमेंट करता है, so then it will get exemption from the long term capital gain, but it has to invest within a period of 6 months from the date of transfer of the assets. And second, the amount invested cannot exceed rupees 50 lakh rupees. So the maximum amount can be invested up to 50 lakh rupees in the fund notified by the central government. And third, such amount shall remain invested in a specified fund for a period of 3 years. So minimum year which for which the fund can remain invested is 3 years. अगर 3 साल से पहले फंड को विड्रॉ कर लेते हैं, then it will be counted as an income of the startup. Next is tax exemption to individual and HUF if in case of long term capital gain, if they invest their fund in the equity share of the eligible startup. So एलिजिबल स्टार्टअप के इक्विटी शेयर में अगर कोई इंडिविजुअल या एचयूएफ इन्वेस्टमेंट करता है, सो दे विल गेट ए टैक्स एग्जेम्पशन. और सेकंड इज द इन्वेस्टमेंट कैन बी मेड फॉर मोर देन 50% और मोर ऑफ द इक्विटी शेयर ऑफ द एलिजिबल स्टार्टअप. सो द मिनिमम equity share which the individual or HUF has to subscribe is 50% of the eligible startup. Next is such shares are not sold or transferred within a period of 5 years from the date of its acquisition. तो 5 साल तक वो शेयर को होल्ड करना पड़ेगा. नेक्स्ट इज स्टार्टअप सेल यूज द इन्वेस्टमेंट अमाउंट टू परचेज असेट्स. जो स्टार्टअप को कैपिटल गेन हो रहा है, जो नया फंड आ रहा है, that they have to invest in the purchase of the assets and they cannot transfer such assets within a period of 5 years from the date of its purchase. Next, relaxation provision for set off and carry forward of losses under section 79. So friends, there are few conditions in section 79 for set off and carry forward of losses. What are those conditions? Those conditions are कि अगर कोई नॉर्मल कंपनी के केस में अगर कोई लॉसेस हुआ है, so it can set off or carry forward its loss in the next up to next 7 years if the shareholders pattern is same. अगर shareholder pattern change हो जाता है, then it cannot set off or carry forward its loss. But in case of startup, this provision has been relaxed by Finance Act 2019, has relaxed the condition for carry forward and set off loss in case of eligible startup. It has been provided that loss incurred by the closely held startup shall be allowed to be carried forward even if 51% shareholding is not continuing by the old shareholders. So अगर in the case of startup, अगर shareholding pattern changes by more than 51% shareholders also, then still the startup can set off or carry forward its loss. They are eligible to set off, and the loss should be incurred within a period of 7 years from the date of its incorporation. So friends, now we are coming to challenges faced by the startups. So I want to know, I assume that there must be few participants who has started or who has some relatives or known person who has started their eligible who has started the startups. So if anybody can share their views कि कौन जो स्टार्टअप को स्टार्ट किया है या दे नो सम पर्सन क्लोजली जिसने स्टार्टअप स्टार्ट किया है, because there has been lot of challenges friends which a startup face during their period of life cycle, from the initial stage, from the means idea stage to revenue stage, means sales or marketing stage tak usko they have to face lot of challenges and number of challenges has they have to face. So we want to discuss and let's understand what are the challenges which are being faced by a startup. Friends, first and foremost challenge is the validation of idea. What happens? We all come across with lot of ideas every day. किसी न किसी के माइंड में कुछ ना कुछ आइडिया चलती रहती है which is unique for them, which is very different and which might be very helpful for the potential customers or buyers. But वो idea that has to be validated with the lenders or investors. वो idea whether this is a right idea, right market, or whether it can grow multiply in future. और हो सकता है हमको जो आइडिया अच्छी लग रही है due to our passion or our research, it might not be suitable for the customers or buyers. Then we have to iterate or we have to pivot their ideas. So validation of the ideas is the most important part, because अगर idea ही हमारी solid नहीं होगी, then we have to change our idea in future, and that is very painful. Next big challenge. Achha, I want to know कि what is the biggest challenge a startup faces during their life cycle, because a startup faces multiple challenges. So if anybody, any participant can share their views कि what is the biggest challenges, they can write in chat box कि कोई स्टार्टअप को बिगेस्ट चैलेंज क्या फेस करना पड़ता है ड्यूरिंग देयर लाइफ साइकिल, बिकॉज देयर इज नो फिक्स पैटर्न. स्टार्टअप माइट हैव टू फेस फ्रॉम द आइडिया स्टेज टू फिर सेल्स एंड मार्केटिंग, हायरिंग द टीम एंड फंड रेजिंग, वैल्यूएशन स्टेज, देन रेवेन्यू, देन अगेन स्केल अप एंड repetition. So all these, there are fierce competition also. So we will discuss one by one, but I have written here few of the challenges which is very very tiresome or very means very difficult for a startup. So these are hiring suitable candidates and synergies of team. And team is most important part of a startup. If the startup has not started with a proper team and very dedicated and very energetic team, startup is not going to succeed. कोई भी startup जो बनाता है, they have to build a proper team. उनमें proper एक दूसरे से complementary skill होनी चाहिए, diverse skill होनी चाहिए. They have to be very focused and उसमें total goal set होना चाहिए. अगर वो goal oriented नहीं है तो they are going to fail. So the founder or the management has to hire a proper team. Without that, the startup is going to fail. Next is fierce competition. There are n number of competition, means every day new startups are coming, and some startup are existing very big enough. So उनके साथ भी startup has to face or compete. So that is a big competition. And sometime we come across with a new idea, unique idea hai. When we launch, after that lot of other startups comes to challenge and to give competition to the new idea or new startup. So there is a fierce competition, and it will remain always, because competition bring out the best in the startup. अगर कंपटीशन नहीं रहेगा तो स्टार्टअप जो इकोसिस्टम है दैट विल नॉट बी गुड इनफ कि उसमें से बेस्ट नहीं आएगा. सो competition is good also because competition में we get the opportunity also because अगर कोई स्टार्टअप लॉन्च करता है तो उसमें कस्टमर्स आर आल्सो गेटिंग द गुड बेनिफिट और गुड वैल्यू एडिशन. competition customer also want to change from one service to another service or one product to another product, so that is good for the market also. Partnership decision making also a very big challenge because lot of time what happens, a founder or a entrepreneur start a startup, but if they start with a multiple partners or multiple founders, that is always better for the growth of a startup because they brings lot of diverse energy, a lot of diverse skills, and that is useful and beneficial for the startup. Financial management friends, what happens ki startups normally they focus on the product or services, they don't think about the financial management, but it is the crux and most crucial part of a startup. Financial management, it starts from the starting stage of the startup कि अगर कोई स्टार्टअप में आइडिया स्टेज में ही अगर फाइनेंशियल मैनेजमेंट का प्लानिंग नहीं हो रखा कि what will be the initial investment required, how I am going to expend all these funds, and कितना परसेंट मेरे को हायर करना है, कब हायर करना है, what will be my sales and marketing planning, how I am going to get my revenue, कितना खर्चा कहाँ पर करना है. If all these financial planning is not made properly from the initial stage, the startup is not going to succeed. So financial management is the most important part of a startup. Winning trust of customers are the king, so customer acquisition is the most important part, and startup has to think from the initial stage about acquisition or about satisfaction of the customers. अगर customers के बारे में कोई startup नहीं सोच रहा है तो they are definitely going to fail. Neglecting marketing and sales. Some startup thinks कि they can win or they can grow the market by word of mouth publicity, but nowadays it is not possible friends. कि अगर हम सोचेंगे कि customers will come automatically, that is not possible. Startup has to make a strategy and concerted effort to acquire the customers, and to reach to the customers they have to plan very well, and they have to make a proper marketing and sales plan. So neglecting sales and marketing can be a dangerous thing. Planning is the most crucial part of the startup, be it from the starting stage to launch a product, and what technology is to be used, when it is going to be launched, what are the team we require, how much funding we require at what stage, and what is the valuation of my company, what will be my sales and marketing plan, and how I'm going to scale up. All these things the company or startup has to plan properly from their ideation stage. Time management is also a key because time is a very scarce commodity and it cannot be created, it cannot be multiplied. Time can be managed only. The most important part की जो हमारा important work है, which is very helpful for the progress of my startup, on those work only we have to devote our time. So the entrepreneur has to manage their time very well. Scaling up also is very big challenge. अगर कोई startup grow करने लग गया है तो they have to manage or they have to plan their business properly कि खाली कुछ person ने hire करने से ही काम नहीं चलेगा. They have to build up their startup and plan the whole business in a proper way कि कहाँ नए मेरे को नई स्पेस लेना है, किस सिटी के अंदर में एक्सपेंड करना है, व्हाट विल बी माय न्यू एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन पॉलिसी, HR पॉलिसी और माय कस्टमर सर्विस पॉलिसी, ऑल दीज थिंग्स हैज टू बी कीप इन माइंड. पुअर मैनेजमेंट क्वालिटी इज आल्सो वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट, कि अगर जो फाउंडर है, if they have started and they think ki I am good enough in all the activities or all the decision making things, so that is not good. The founder or the management has to think ki there are limitations of everything. Every person has got some limited skill, so they have to use and delegate some work to the other persons also, जिसमें जो proper skill है, जो proper persons है, उसको वो काम देना चाहिए. So the poor management also becomes sometime a big obstacle and big problem for the startup. Mentorship requirement, lot of time ये देखा गया है, it has been found in a research कि जिस startup में proper mentorship available है, proper advisory या proper सजेशन टीम अवेलेबल है, वहां पर वो स्टार्टअप ज्यादा फास्टली और ज्यादा अच्छा से ग्रो किया है. 33% स्टार्टअप है ग्रोन बेटर वेयर देयर आर प्रॉपर मेंटरशिप अवेलेबल. सो प्रॉपर मेंटरशिप इज वेरी मच रिक्वायर्ड बिकॉज दे प्रोवाइड ए रोड पाथ, means success path to the startup ki what is required at what time. They provide the advisory role, and they provide the right kind of decision making also at all time. Managing the risk, there are multiple risks available or counted by startups. So startup has to manage all the risk very well, be it fundraising or sales or marketing team or team management, all the risk they have to manage very well. And last but not least, securing funding. Funding is the crux of all the challenges, because without funding nothing can happen. And in today's webinar also we are going to discuss in detail about funding, ki how a startup can raise funding, at what stages startup can raise funding. There are multiple stages and there are multiple sources to raise a funding also, that we are going to discuss. And after that there are multiple methods also to value a startup. So that is very important to understand, and the founder has to understand these valuation methods and securing the fundings also. So funding for startups. Friends, if you have any doubt, you can write in your chat box. So whenever I get time, I will answer your queries also. Funding for startups. So friends, there are different stages at which a startup can raise funding. The first stage is at the seed level, means at the idea level. When a startup comes with an idea, it has to devote some time for the development of the prototype or some what is the technology required. So जैसे कोई बीज से sprout बनता है, then it becomes a plant, then it becomes a large tree. Just like at the seed level also, the startup can require funding, and it can get funding from different sources, but the funding is required at the seed level. Then comes round A funding, कि अगर startup जो है from seed to it becomes sprout or it becomes plant, then जब वो further grow करता है, then it requires round A funding for further growth of the company, to reach to the different cities. और जब उसका revenue start हो जाता है, तो उसके बाद में उसको different means round funding चाहिए, round B, C, D, E funding. So at different stages it need different round funding from different investors. So what are those sources of funding, that we'll discuss in our later slides, but it requires funding at different stages of its development. And debt funding also it can require. Sometimes it requires bridge loan also from one stage to another stage if it want to grow, तो उसमें bridge loan का requirement होता है. then startup may need leveraged buyout funding also. Agar koi business acquires some startup, then it can take advantage of its assets and issue bonds or some other securities in place of acquiring this startup. So that is called leveraged buyout. तो जो स्टार्टअप की असेट्स होती है उसके अगेंस्ट में कोई बॉन्ड या सिक्योरिटीज इशू करके भी लिवरेज बायआउट फंडिंग क्रिएट की जा सकती है. देन एट द लास्ट स्टेज इट कम्स इनिशियल पब्लिक ऑफरिंग. Initial public offering means any investor or any means normal person can also invest in the startups. Just like जैसे Zomato has come up with the IPO recently and it was a huge success. And now in this month there are a lot of other startups are coming with IPO like Policy Bazaar and other startups are also coming. So at the last stage the startup can get funding from the IPO also. So there are different sources from where a startup can raise funding. First and foremost source is bootstrapping. That is called self-sufficient funding. कि अगर कोई फाउंडर है या एंटरप्रेन्योर है वो अपने सेल्फ रिसोर्सेज से या फिर सेल्फ सेविंग से या फ्रेंड एंड रिलेटिव से कोई फंडिंग एक्वायर करता है, that is very easy for the startup also because it gives lesser interest or lesser terms and conditions also. So that is very easy to start with, and due to very less cost involvement, bootstrapping is very easy. Next round is crowdfunding. Crowdfunding में क्या होता है फ्रेंड्स कि जो स्टार्टअप होता है they have to present their ideas to different persons, like they have to present their business plan, their project, their prototype, their revenue plan, all these things they have to present to different persons, and then different persons come as an investor to fund that idea. That is called crowdfunding. And there are a lot of crowdfunding available in India. That is Indiegogo, Wishberry, Keto, Fundline and Catapult. Lot of crowdfunding sources are available in India. So India has become also a very good hub for startup. Then after crowdfunding, there can be angel investment also. Angel investment can come at initial stage also, at seed level. कि angel investment क्या होता है? The person who have got surplus fund and they have keen interest to invest in startups. So there are group of persons who want to invest in startups. So they are called angel investors. So there are a lot of angel investors also in India, and particularly in different cities like Mumbai Angels, Hyderabad Angels, Kolkata Angels Network, or all over India network, and Indian Angel Network also there. And these angel investors provide some mentorship also. They provide the guidance and networking also to the startup, and that is very useful for the startup to get funding from the angel network, angel investors. And then after angel investment, for further growth of the startup, then comes venture capital fund. And venture capital fund invest when the startup grows at the further level. जब एक startup में रेवेन्यू स्टार्ट हो जाता है, प्रोटोटाइप स्टार्ट हो जाता है, सेल्स एंड मार्केटिंग से कुछ रेवेन्यू स्टार्ट हो जाती है, देन द वेंचर कैपिटल फंड इन्वेस्ट इन द स्टार्टअप टू फर्दर ग्रो द कंपनी, और उसका एक प्रॉपर मेंटरशिप और गाइडेंस देने के लिए वेंचर कैपिटल फंड इन्वेस्ट इन सम लार्जर अमाउंट. अगर बड़ा अमाउंट सपोज करें $5 million और $10 million, $20 million अगर इन्वेस्टमेंट करता है तो दिस वेंचर कैपिटल फंड इन्वेस्ट. So there are a lot of venture capital fund also available in India, like Excel Partners, Sequoia Capital, Nexus Venture Partner, Qualcomm Ventures, and other venture capital fund also available there. And in US there are 500 venture capital fund which can invest up to $100 billion in the startups. So US has become a very big market for startups, and India is also becoming very big market for startups. Get funding from incubators and accelerators. Friends, incubator क्या होते हैं? They are the hand holders. They provide the initial support to the startup from their idea stage to the development stage, means up to sales and marketing stage. They charge some fees, means charge some share capital against their idea. They provide some office space or some training, management training to the startup, or sometime mentorship or network to the startups. So incubators are plays very important role for the development of the startups. And incubators के बाद में to speed up the process, accelerators role come. Normally incubators roles plays for 4 to 8 months or up to 12 months, and after that accelerators role come. They provide a boost up to the startup to grow the company at further level. There are a lot of incubators and accelerators in India available, like Y Combinator, MAT Innovation Incubators, Angel Prime, IN Incubators, Village Grow, Startup Village, and T Labs. So there are a lot of incubators and accelerators also available in India, which can be very useful and very helpful for the startups. And further, the startup can get funding from the winning contest also. There are different contests available in India nowadays, and when a startup participate in this contest, they get the benefit of media coverage. They become very highlighted, and after winning in contest, that becomes very easy for the startup to raise funding. So participating in the contest and winning in contest is very helpful for the ecosystem of the startups. And there are a lot of contests available in India nowadays. That is NASSCAM 10,000, Microsoft Conquest, Next Big Idea contest, and Let's Ignite contest, BG Spark contest, and other contests also available there. And these contests can be found at the different websites also. That also available at startupindia.gov.in. So that also we are going to discuss how to apply at this contest that we can get from the Startup India. And if any startup is not getting any fund from angel investors or venture capitalist fund, then they can raise funding from different banks also, because there are a lot of schemes, collateral free loans available in the banks also for startups. And there are about 6 to 8 type of schemes there in banks which can provide funding to the startups, like Mudra loan scheme is there, or other CGT MSE scheme is there, which provide fund to the startup, collateral free loan. So startup can raise its fund from the banks also. And if bank is also not there, then they can raise fund from microfinance providers or NBFCs, which provide funding to the startups at easy terms and condition, but they provide fund at higher rate of interest, but they provide fund at easy terms and condition. And there are a lot of government program also there which provide funding. So different states have come up with a lot of scheme for startups, which can be available at a different website, means different state website. And there is a msme.gov.in website is also there, which list all these schemes. So startup can go there and have an idea which scheme is suitable for the startup and get funding from the government schemes also. And friends, there is a international philanthropic impact investors also there, who invest in the social impact startups. So if the startup which has got some idea and that is impacting the social culture of a society, so these international philanthropic investors invest in these startups. So startup उनका भी benefit ले सकते हैं, and these startups are very lenient and they don't ask for the equity capital also, because they invest for the social cause of the society. So approaching these international philanthropic investors also is very important for the startups. So now we are coming to the valuation methods. Friends, there are several valuation methods for the matured business. There are normally 3 valuation methods available for the matured business, that is net asset valuation method, market approach method, and income approach method. But in case of a startup, because it's a new idea and new concept, and it's a pre-revenue stage, and there is no history available to the startup, and there might be situation where projection of the cash flow, future cash flow, is also not possible. So in case of these startups, there has to be lot of different innovative method to value a startup. So we will study, or we will learn all these valuation methods step by step. So first, let's understand some factors which are positive for the for the development or for the growth of a valuation of a company, of a startup. कुछ ऐसे फैक्टर हैं जो स्टार्टअप के वैल्यूएशन को बढ़ाते हैं, सो एंड कुछ ऐसे फैक्टर हैं जो स्टार्टअप के वैल्यूएशन को कम भी करते हैं. सो फर्स्ट लेट्स अंडरस्टैंड कि कौन कौन से फैक्टर हैं जो स्टार्टअप के वैल्यूएशन को बढ़ाते हैं. सो दीज फैक्टर्स आर ट्रैक्शन. इफ ए स्टार्टअप हैज शोन ट्रैक्शन, कि स्टार्टअप में सम बिजनेस हैज स्टार्टेड पोरिंग इन, और कुछ उसमें उसकी वेबसाइट के ऊपर में कुछ हिट्स आने लगे हैं, कुछ कस्टमर एक्विजिशन स्टार्ट हो गया है, सो दोज काइंड ऑफ स्टार्टअप विल गेन हायर वैल्यूएशन. सो कुछ ना कुछ ट्रैक्शन आना चाहिए, मींस कस्टमर अट्रैक्शन होना चाहिए. अगर दिस हैज स्टार्टेड हैपनिंग तो उसका वैल्यूएशन ज्यादा होगा, ना कि केवल आइडिया स्टेज में कोई है, उसका खाली आइडिया है या प्रोटोटाइप है. तो उससे बेटर है कि अगर कुछ सम कस्टमर ट्रैक्शन हैज स्टार्टेड. नेक्स्ट इज रेपुटेशन. अगर कोई स्टार्टअप फाउंडर है, उसका ऑलरेडी कुछ पास्ट रिकॉर्ड्स है या पास्ट हिस्ट्री है, जिस दे हैव कम अप विद ए आइडिया व्हिच हैज बीन सक्सेसफुल अर्लियर. सो अगर जो फाउंडर है उसका पास्ट रिकॉर्ड अच्छा है, तो उसको फ्यूचर में भी अच्छा वैल्यूएशन मिलेगा. सो अगर कोई स्टार्टअप के अंदर फाउंडेशन का रेपुटेशन अच्छा होगा, तो उसको एक अच्छा वैल्यूएशन मिलेगा. नेक्स्ट इज प्रोटोटाइप. अगर कोई स्टार्टअप का प्रोटोटाइप रेडी है, तो दे कैन प्रेजेंट दैट प्रोटोटाइप टू द इन्वेस्टर्स, तो उसको उसका वैल्यूएशन बेटर मिलेगा. सो दैट ऑल वी आर गोइंग टू अंडरस्टैंड कि कैसे वैल्यूएशन करना है. रेवेन्यूज. अगर स्टार्टअप में रेवेन्यू स्टार्ट हो गया है, some cash flow has started generating, so that is a good sign, and उसका valuation better होगा. Supply and demand. अगर डिमांड ज्यादा है फंड से ज्यादा, मीन्स lot of startups or entrepreneurs are there and less investors are there, तो उसका valuation कम होगा. अगर कोई ऐसी इंडस्ट्री है जहाँ पर सप्लाई ज्यादा है and investors are more than the fund means founders, तो उसका वैल्यूएशन ज्यादा होगा. अगर स्टार्टअप है सेट देयर इन्वेस्टर डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन चैनल्स, लाइक उसके जो सेल्स एंड मार्केटिंग टीम क्या होगी, डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन चैनल्स क्या होंगे, उसके जो नेटवर्क क्या होगा, अगर दे हैव सेट देयर डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन चैनल, तो उसका वैल्यूएशन ज्यादा होगा. हॉटनेस ऑफ इंडस्ट्री. अगर स्टार्टअप ऐसी इंडस्ट्री में स्टार्ट हो रहा है कि जिसका इंडस्ट्री बहुत हॉट है, लाइक फार्मा इंडस्ट्री. नाउ ए डेज वी कैन सी कि फार्मा इंडस्ट्री में कितना, जैसे फार्मीजी रिलायंस हैज एक्वायर्ड राइट नाउ, और सम अदर इंडस्ट्री लाइक अभी फूड टेक इंडस्ट्री बहुत हॉट है, या फिर फिनटेक इंडस्ट्रीज. दीज इंडस्ट्रीज आर वेरी हॉट नाउ ए डेज. तो अगर ऐसी इंडस्ट्री के अंदर कोई स्टार्टअप आता है, तो दे बिकम वेरी सक्सेसफुल एंड इन्वेस्टर्स आर विलिंग टू इन्वेस्ट इन दीज स्टार्टअप्स, तो उसका वैल्यूएशन भी ज्यादा होगा. And just opposite to the positive factors, there are negative factors also. Like अगर कोई पुअर इंडस्ट्री में स्टार्टअप है, लाइक जिसमें कोई, जैसे अभी टूर एंड ट्रेवल इंडस्ट्रीज है, टूरिज्म इंडस्ट्री है, होटल इंडस्ट्री है, अगर ऐसी इंडस्ट्री में कोई स्टार्टअप लाएगा, तो दैट इज नॉट गोइंग टू बी वैल्यूड प्रॉपरली, सो उसका वैल्यूएशन कम होगा. सो देयर आर लो मार्जिन आल्सो. अगर कोई स्टार्टअप ऐसी इंडस्ट्री में आ रहा है जिसका मार्जिन ही बहुत लो है, जैसे रिटेल इंडस्ट्री है, रिटेल इंडस्ट्री हैज गॉट वेरी लो मार्जिन, उसमें केस बर्न भी बहुत होता है स्टार्टिंग में, टू एक्वायर न्यू कस्टमर्स, टू अट्रैक्ट कस्टमर्स. तो जिस इंडस्ट्री का मार्जिन लो होगा, उसका स्टार्टअप, उसका वैल्यूएशन कम होगा. बट जिस इंडस्ट्री का मार्जिन ज्यादा होगा, जैसे फिनटेक इंडस्ट्री है, सो मार्जिन्स आर वेरी हाई, सो उसमें वैल्यूएशन बेटर मिलेगा। कंपटीशन, अगर कोई इंडस्ट्री में कंपटीशन बहुत ज़्यादा है तो उसका वैल्यूएशन कम होगा, अगर कंपटीशन कम है तो वैल्यूएशन ज़्यादा होगा। मैनेजमेंट नॉट अप टू स्क्रैच, अगर मैनेजमेंट इज नॉट प्रॉपर, दे आर नॉट रेपुटेड एंड उसका कोई गुडविल नहीं है पहले से, तो उसका वैल्यूएशन कम होगा। अगर मैनेजमेंट का ऑलरेडी अच्छा गुडविल है तो दैट इज गुड। अगर कोई ऐसा प्रोडक्ट आ रहा है जिसका ट्रैक्शन ही नहीं है, जिसका कोई कस्टमर डिमांड नहीं है, तो उसका वैल्यूएशन कम होगा। एंड डिस्परेशन, इफ द फाउंडर वांट्स द फंड डिस्परेटली, कि एट एनी कॉस्ट आई वांट द फंड, अदरवाइज माय स्टार्टअप इज गोइंग टू फेल, माय स्टार्टअप इज गोइंग टू शट डाउन, देन उसका वैल्यूएशन कम हो जाएगा, क्योंकि इन्वेस्टर नो दैट दिस स्टार्टअप is requiring the fund very much desperately, so uska valuation they will ask more capital, they will ask more equity capital in the startup, to uska valuation kam ho jayega. So these are few factors which affects the valuation of a startup. And now we are coming to different valuation methods, ki what are these different valuation method by which a startup can be valued. So these are the most common method, and after that we will be discussing different methods one by one. So first method is cost to duplicate approach. So cost to duplicate approach में क्या होता है, startup has built a prototype or has come up with an idea, और उसका जो startup build करने का जो cost लगा है to duplicate that business idea, कि उसका आइडिया स्टेज में कितना लगा है, या प्रोटोटाइप बनाने में कितना लगा है, टेक्नोलॉजी में कितना इन्वेस्टमेंट हुआ है, एंड इन्वेस्टर डजंट वांट टू इन्वेस्ट मोर देन दैट कॉस्ट, सो दैट इज कॉल्ड कॉस्ट टू डुप्लीकेट अप्रोच. बट दिस काइंड ऑफ cost to duplicate approach doesn't work very well in case of startup, कि अगर because startup is a future oriented business, जिसमें फ्यूचर कैश फ्लो जनरेट होगा, फ्यूचर में ही ब्रांड बिल्डिंग है, या फिर जो गुडविल है, या फिर फाउंडर की जो रेपुटेशन है, दिस काइंड ऑफ फैक्टर्स आर नॉट कंसिडर्ड इन केस ऑफ कॉस्ट टू डुप्लीकेट अप्रोच. मार्केट अप्रोच, नेक्स्ट इज मार्केट अप्रोच. मार्केट अप्रोच में क्या होता है फ्रेंड्स, इफ एनी स्टार्टअप हैज बीन ट्रांजेक्टेड और सोल्ड इन द मार्केट इन रिसेंट पास्ट, अगर सिमिलर काइंड ऑफ transaction has happened in recent past, so considering that transaction we can value our startup also. Suppose कोई startup है जिसका valuation अभी 50 करोड़ रुपया हुआ है, और it has got 50 लाख customers, 50 लाख उसके buyers हैं. So 50 लाख buyers means 50 करोड़ divided by 50 लाख means 100 रुपीज पर बायर. और अगर कोई दूसरा स्टार्टअप है जिसका 10 लाख बायर्स है, ओनली कस्टमर्स हैं, तो उसका 10 लाख इंटू 100 करोड़ रुपीज मीन्स 10 करोड़ रुपीज उसका वैल्यूएशन हो जाएगा. सो अप्लाइंग दिस मार्केट मल्टीपल, so market multiple is a very common method and known method also. So in startup also we apply market multiple methods. So in market multiple there are different multiples can be there. So by market approach also we can value startup. And next comes to a very common and very future oriented method, that is discounted cash flow approach. So discounted cash flow approach we all know कि it looks to the future, जो फ्यूचर अर्निंग या फ्यूचर कैश जनरेशन कैपेसिटी है स्टार्टअप का, एंड दैट इज वेरी पॉपुलर मेथड आल्सो, एंड कॉमनली यूज्ड मेथड भी है डिस्काउंटेड कैश फ्लो मेथड. सो अगर इसका हम लोग को समझना है तो देन वी हैव टू टेक ए सेपरेट क्लास हाउ टू डू वैल्यूएशन अकॉर्डिंग टू डिस्काउंटेड कैश फ्लो अप्रोच. बट राइट नाउ वी आर लर्निंग ओनली कि जो फ्यूचर कैश फ्लो है हमारा, मीन्स फॉर नेक्स्ट 5 ईयर 6 ईयर तक जितना कैश फ्लो है, वी डिस्काउंट इट एंड ब्रिंग इट टू द प्रेजेंट वैल्यू. देन उसका जो टर्मिनल वैल्यू है, टर्मिनल वैल्यू मीन्स व्हाट विल बी माय ग्रोथ एंड व्हाट विल बी माय टर्मिनल वैल्यू इन द स्टार्टअप. देन वी एड अप ऑल दीज थिंग्स, मीन्स present value of the future cash flow and terminal value. Then comes out our बिजनेस वैल्यू मीन्स स्टार्टअप वैल्यू का वैल्यूएशन निकलता है. तो दैट इज कॉल्ड डिस्काउंटेड कैश फ्लो अप्रोच. So normally we can value a startup by the method of discounted cash flow approach also. And development stage approach is also very popular. Development stage approach में क्या होता है friends? In the case of startup, we value a startup at each and every stages. Like अगर कोई startup comes at the idea stage only, कि उसका आइडिया बहुत यूनिक है, that is very customer problem solving and very different than the earlier one. So sometimes lot of investor invest in the idea stage itself. So idea stage में अगर कोई invest करता है तो that will be less than its original value. And उसके बाद में there are different stages also that we'll discuss in our later slide. What are those different stages जिसमें एक startup का different stages में भी value. So there are lot of stages in a startup, and according to the stages we can value a startup. So now we are coming to the popular valuation methods for a startup. So these are some valuation methods to value a startup. First valuation method is venture capital method. Venture capital method has been discussed, and a paper has been presented by a researcher in Harvard University in 1987. So in venture capital method, what we do, we value a exit price of a startup. Suppose we are going to launch a startup today, and what will be my exit price, future price. Suppose कोई startup का we are launching an idea, एक fintech company अपने start कर रहे हैं, जिसका future after 5 year or 10 year it can be valued at 5 million rupees, means 50 lakh rupees उसका valuation हो जाएगा. So then we have to calculate the what will be my return requirement, means return on the investment. What is the multiple requirement we need. So in case of venture capital investment method, we calculate the return multiple. Suppose return multiple is 20x. So in case of venture capital, we calculate return on capital, means return multiple equal to what will be my exit price divided by return multiple. Then it becomes post money method, post money valuation. So in case of this example, suppose my exit price is 5 million and my return multiple is 20x. So my post money valuation comes to 2.5 lakh rupees. 2.5 lakh rupees comes to my post money valuation. And suppose in case of this example, suppose my investment requirement is 1 lakh rupees. 1 lakh rupees, the investor, the entrepreneur or the founder needs 1 lakh rupees to develop this idea to a future scale. To at the exit scale, means after 10 years, the idea will become 50 lakh rupees. So the investor needs, the founder needs 1 lakh rupees. So my pre-money valuation will become my post-money valuation minus my investment requirement, means 2.5 lakh minus 1 lakh rupees. Then my pre-money valuation will become 1.5 lakh. So then by this kind of calculation, by this method, we calculate a venture pre-money valuation according to venture capital method. So that is our venture capital method. We calculate pre-money valuation of a startup by this method. Second is Barker's method. Barker's method क्या होता है friends? It is just like a stage valuation method. We value a startup at different stages. Different stages के अंदर में जो startup that we have discussed right now, what are those stages? So friend, these are the different stages. Suppose a startup is at idea level only, तो that then उसका basic valuation method होता है कि at the idea stage only we value a startup at basic value. So that can be suppose 1 lakh rupees or 2 lakh rupees, yeah, means $500,000 or $1 million. Or suppose the idea has been converted into prototype, then it reduces the technology risk also. The idea is becomes means the prototype is ready to sell, the customer is ready to acquire, then it becomes 2 times of the idea stage. Means agar $500,000 is idea type, then prototype becomes again $500,000, means $1 million. Then if the quality management team is ready and the company has hired the proper person, and there is a synergy in the team, proper quality management team is there, the team is very strong, then there exists a execution risk, means it reduces the execution risk of the startup, and then it increases the valuation of the startup also. And further, if the startup has strategic relationship with these all resources like sales and marketing teams and distribution channels and other further channels it has set, so then startup का valuation further बढ़ जाता है. If it has set all its requirements, जो भी उसके different requirements है, like sales marketing है, relationship है, development है, so अगर वो set हो गए हैं उसके channels, तो उसका valuation और further बढ़ जाता है. Then finally comes the product rollout or sales stage. अगर company has started selling its product or customer has also started gaining in or traction has started in the startup, so उसका valuation finally at the final stage उसका valuation बढ़ जाता है 5 times. So at each stage we value a startup, at what stage the startup is there, whether it is at valuation is idea level, or whether it is a prototype level, or management team is ready, or some relationship or some resources have been built, have been ready, or it is at the final rollout or sales or marketing stage. So we value startup at each stages. Next is scorecard valuation method. Scorecard valuation method में क्या होता है friends? Again this is kind of a I mean stage valuation method like Barkas method. Scorecard method में we value a startup at each stages by giving it a score, means कुछ percentage देते हैं, just like जैसे Barkas method में we value a startup at different stages, in scorecard valuation method we value a startup by giving some percentage at each stages. So what are those stages? Just like Barkas method, there are some different stages, like if the startup has got proper team, अगर उसकी startup की team is very powerful and very strengthful, so उसको 30% strength, उसको 30% marks दिया जाता है, then we value a startup. And if the size of the opportunity is very big, means the idea is very quite unique and quite differentiated, so अगर वैसी idea है तो उसको opportunity is big, then we give 25% weightage to the idea. And if the product and technology is unique and the startup has built its prototype, then we give 15% at this level. And there is a competitive environment also there, then we give 10%. And if the sales and marketing team and sales partner have been set, then we give 10% at this level. And if the startup need any further investment or additional capital, then we give 5%. And for some kind of contingency also there, then we give 5%. So at different means stages we give different marks or different points to the startup, and then we value a startup according to the total marks obtained. Then comes risk factor summation method. In risk factor summation method friends क्या होता है, इसमें we value a startup according to 12 risk factor. एक startup में there are lot of risk factor, a startup can encounter lot of risk. So in this kind of method we have valued a startup with 12 risk factor. उसमें for each risk we value a startup. So what are those risks? These risks are first, if there is a management risk, if we see that the management is not proper, or if the management is very or it can be very competent also, it can be very reputed or very established management. So for each risk we give 2 points. If the company is at better level, best level, then we give 2 points at each risk. If it is not so competent, then we give 1, or at neutral level we give 0, or it can be negative also, -1 or -2 for each risk. Then we value a startup according to all the points which startup has gained. Then we call it a risk of summation method. And these risks are management risk, stage of business risk, at what stage the business is operating, and there are some legislation or political risk, manufacturing risk, sales and marketing risk, funding, capital raising risk, or there can be a competition risk also there. So sometimes the startup is in the industry where a lot of competition is there, so we value a startup according to that. And if there is a technological risk also there, as a startup है there, the technology is changing each year, so according to that we have to value a startup. कि अगर टेक्नोलॉजी every year change हो जाता है, तो startup has to come up with a new product or new service, so उसमें according to we have to value. And there can be litigation risk also, international risk, or reputation risk of the management or the founders, or there can be a potential lucrative exit risk कि startup means it is not certain कि वो startup exit कब देगा, या what is their plan, कि 5 साल 10 साल बाद में exit मिलेगा कि नहीं मिलेगा. According to that we value a startup. So this is called risk of summation method. And cost to duplicate method that we already discussed कि कोई startup को build करने में जितना cost आता है, and if we want to duplicate that startup, and according to that we have to value a startup कि अगर कोई startup build किए हैं, but there is a problem and there is a deficiency in this kind of startup कि इसमें future potential या फिर जो founder की reputation या goodwill है, that is not counted or calculated in this kind of valuation method, so it is not very popular. Discounted cash flow method that we have already discussed कि इसमें future projections का we calculate the present value of the future cash projections, और इसमें we calculate the growth rate and the terminal value of the startup, और maximum जो valuation आता है that comes from the terminal value of the startup, because future जो cash flow generate करते हैं हम लोग, that is normally for 5 year. तो 5 year में it might happen कि startup is at loss level, or या फिर there is very minimum cash generation at the initial stages, but maybe after few years उसमें there is a huge growth and startup can generate huge cash flow after few years, तो उसमें terminal value becomes very higher, and that brings or that gives the maximum value to the startup. So according to that we calculate the valuation of a startup. Then comes with the comparable method or market approach. We value a startup according to the recent transaction happened in the market. जो भी टेक्नोलॉजिकल स्टार्टअप होते हैं उनका रिसेंट में अगर कोई ट्रांजैक्शन हुआ तो वी वैल्यू दोज स्टार्टअप अकॉर्डिंग टू मार्केट मेथड. और बुक वैल्यू मेथड दैट इज कॉल्ड नेट एसेट वैल्यू मेथड आल्सो, कि अगर कोई स्टार्टअप में कोई एसेट्स है तो उसकी एसेट्स की वैल्यूएशन वी डू कि एट द फेयर मार्केट वैल्यू, and that is very normal method also, that is called historical method. So उसमें अपने assets की valuation at fair market value करते हैं, और according to that we derive the value of a startup. And next is first Chicago method. First Chicago method is nothing but it's a different kind of scenario we built in a startup. Means there can be a very positive or optimistic scenario या best case scenario. अगर कोई startup if it runs at best case तो उसका क्या valuation आएगा. Suppose there is idea stage only right now, तो we build 3 scenario minimum कि एक अगर best scenario होगा तो startup का valuation suppose 100 crore rupees होता है, एंड एट नॉर्मल सिनेरियो अगर कोई होता है तो सपोज द स्टार्टअप इज वैल्यूड एट 50 करोड़ रुपीस, और वर्स्ट केस सिनेरियो होता है तो अगर स्टार्टअप नहीं चलता है या फेल्योर हो जाता है या बहुत कम उसका होता है तो सपोज देयर इज ए 10 करोड़ रुपीस वैल्यूएशन, जो कि उसका इनिशियल इन्वेस्टमेंट है. सो एट दीज सिनेरियोज वी वैल्यू ए स्टार्टअप, और उसका प्रॉपर फिर एक एवरेजिंग करके वी वैल्यू ए स्टार्टअप. सो दिस इज कॉल्ड फर्स्ट शिकागो मेथड. एंड देन वी कम विद ए कस्टमर बेस्ड corporate valuation method. This is also very popular method in case of a customer based startups. जैसे जहाँ पर कस्टमर रिलेशनशिप या कस्टमर 1-to-1 इंटरेक्शन बहुत ज्यादा है, इन जैसे सम सोशल प्लेटफॉर्म्स जैसे फेसबुक है. फेसबुक हैज गॉट सपोज 2 बिलियन कस्टमर्स, तो 2 बिलियन कस्टमर्स इनटू $100 पर customers means Facebook का valuation will come to $200 billion. Means this is a hypothetical figure only, but suppose Facebook has got 2 billion customers, 2 billion subscriber, उसका $100 पर यूजर का वैल्यूएशन आ रहा है तो इट बिकम्स 200. तो अगर कोई छोटा प्लेटफॉर्म है जिसमें सम वेरी लेस कस्टमर्स आर देयर, तो उसका वैल्यूएशन भी अकॉर्डिंग टू दिस वैल्यूएशन वी कैन डिराइव, कि कोई जिसमें कस्टमर ट्रैक्शन है या फिर कस्टमर एक्विजिशन हो रहा है, तो अकॉर्डिंग टू द कस्टमर बेस वी कैन वैल्यू ए स्टार्टअप. सो फ्रेंड्स, दीज आर द different valuation methods. According to these different methods we value a startup, but normally most commonly used and frequently used method is discounted cash flow method. That is very popular also, but apart from that we value a startup by scorecard method or Barkas method, some other methods also. Now we are coming to our last part, that is registration with the DPIIT. A startup has to get itself registered with the Department for Promotion of Industry and Internal Trade. Then only it can get benefit from the Income Tax Department for different tax exemption and relaxation. If a startup is not registered with the DPIIT, then it cannot get benefit from the Income Tax Department, like 3 years tax holiday or long-term capital gain benefit or angel tax benefit or carry forward set of losses. So these benefit has to be received only after registration with the DPIIT. So there are few conditions and 3 documents required at the time of registration with the DPIIT. So let's understand what are those information and documents required for the purpose of registration with the DPIIT. So friend, first we have to make an application with the startupindia.gov.in. So we'll go to this process in a practical level also, practical way also. So I have prepared the PPT for all these registration process, so we can understand all this process one by one. So it's very important to understand what are the processes and what are the information and documents required at different levels. So it will be very helpful for us whenever any clients come to us to get their startup registered with the DPIIT, because it can give us extra business also, and it is very easy for us to register a startup with the DPIIT. तो DPIIT का registration process बहुत easy है, बहुत conveniently बनाया गया है, and we can understand it in next 10-15 minutes. So first, an entity needs to submit the following document along with the application. So normal documents or information submit करना है startup में, and how we are going to submit this information, that we are going to understand in few slides later on. First, तो copy of registration certificate देना है, that is very primary document, very initial document. फिर write up on the nature of business, highlighting, incorporating how an entity is working towards innovation, development or deployment or improvement of product, process or service, or it is scalable in terms of employment generation or wealth creation. So a write-up is required. How this startup is involved in the innovation or development or improvement of the product, process or service, and how it is going to help the scalability in terms of employment generation and wealth creation. So company or startup has to properly give its description or presentation in term of write-up to depict all these requirements. Next is additional document providing website link, pitch deck, detail of patents if there is any. And in startup registration, if a startup is registered with the DPIIT, they will get 80% fees of the patent fees. अगर कोई स्टार्टअप पेटेंट रजिस्टर्ड करवाती है, they have to pay 100 rupees. So they will get back 80 rupees return back from the Department for Promotion of Industry and Internal Trade. And detail of patents will also be attached to support the application. Information on any award received by the entity. If the startup has received any award or it has won any competition, जैसे contest में कोई participate किया था, they have won any competition, so that document also will be very helpful. Document of proof of funding received by the entity. अगर कोई funding already startup has received any funding, so that also they can attach with the startup registration application form. So now we are coming to the our website. Means this is the website startupindia.gov.in. If you go to this type at the Google Startup India, then you will get the first link, that is startupindia.gov.in. and after clicking this site, then you will find here Startup India portal register. If you click this register site, click this register page, then you will find this page. That is a basic requirement, or you can log in just by clicking the Google, also Google, Facebook or LinkedIn also, or you can fill up these details like name, email ID, mobile number, password. So this is the basic requirement for login, new login. Then this page will come up. This page also requires few types of startup or few type of registration, like if you want to register it as a startup or incubator, accelerator or mentor or individual, institutional, investor or corporate. So suppose we want to register it as a startup, so we have to click this startup. Then after clicking this startup, this page will open up, जिसमें हम लोग again we have to fill up some basic information like what is startup, about startup में हमारा नाम क्या है, startup name क्या है, and what is the brief about this startup, and we can attach a logo of our startup, and then we'll come to this contact info, like इसमें जो registered means जो responsible person है उसका नाम वाम दिया जाएगा. Then we'll come to the category, what kind of category for which we are going to register, कि हमारा इंडस्ट्री टाइप क्या है, लाइक वी कैन राइट आवर इंडस्ट्री टाइप, फिनटेक हो सकता है, फूड टेक हो सकता है, और सम लॉट ऑफ अदर इंडस्ट्रीज देयर इज अ ड्रॉप डाउन, उसमें से हमको एक इंडस्ट्री सेलेक्ट करना है, एंड व्हाट इंडस्ट्री वी आर, व्हाट सर्विसेज वी आर गोइंग टू ऑफर, तो उसमें हम लोगों को इंडस्ट्री का मेंशन करना है. देन वी हैव टू राइट हियर द कंपनी इनकॉर्पोरेशन नंबर, मीन्स जो सीन नंबर है वो हमको लिखना है. इट कैन बी your scene number of your company or it can be scene number of your LLP also. तो अगर LLP का जो रजिस्ट्रेशन नंबर है आपका, अगर if you put here, तो आपका जो लीगल नेम है it will automatically come here. So you have to just type the name, means registration number of your company or LLP, then this legal name will automatically come here, or you can give MSME registration number also, Udyog Aadhaar number. So now this page will come. So here also your interest area, they are asking what kind of interest you are having. So suppose you are interested in getting some investors or incubator, accelerator, mentors, or you want to network with some other startups. So I have clicked here all, suppose. So then we will come to the dashboard page. Suppose there is a dashboard, this page now will land up in this page. So this page will come, then we have to click dashboard, and these are the basic information, what are the stages or sector or focus industry. Then for DPIIT registration we have to click this dashboard. So after clicking this dashboard, this DPIIT recognition page will come, and after clicking this DPIIT recognition, what is the stage of our DPIIT recognition, will come to this page, recognition application detail. Suppose we want to see our status of our application. If we have applied for DPIIT registration, then we have to click this view detail. This is the recognition form status. So our application form status will come here. If we want to take benefit under section 80 IAC, then we have to click this form 1, and there are form 2 also in this recognition application detail. So here, if we click here, then this page will come, startup recognition form. So there are a few information and details and document is required in case of application for startup. So these are the information required. So these are the very basic information like entity detail, address of the startup, authorized representative, and what are the directors or partners detail. And these are the few important information which I have highlighted here. This is information required, and startup activities and self-certification. So if we click this information required, we'll land up in this page. So here the startup has to give some brief, like, has your startup applied for an intellectual property right? You have to click yes or no. Or is the startup creating an innovative product, process, or service? Yes or no. Is the startup creating a scalable business model with high potential of employment generation or wealth creation? You have to click no, yes or no. And has the startup received any funding? You have to click yes or no. So these are the basic information again. Then we'll come to startup activities. So what is the activities that the startup is going to start? So these are the activities which a startup has to fill properly, because this is the very important page. अगर startup ये इस पेज को properly fill up नहीं करता है, तो they are not going to get registration certificate from the DPIIT. And friends, mind it, lots of the registration forms which has been applied, इसमें से more than 50% forms are being rejected. क्योंकि अगर ये properly form हम लोग fill up नहीं करते हैं, so DPIIT is going to reject it. So we have to write it properly, whether any reward recognition received by the entity, and what is the problem that startup is solving. So here we have to write up a proper description and detail, what are the problems that the startup is going to solve, and how does your startup propose to solve this problem. Here also we have to write a detailed description how our startup is going to solve this problem, and what is the uniqueness of your solution. What is the innovative idea, and what is the different thing that we are going to solve and providing to the customers. And there are a few other questions also, friends, in this page that we have to fill properly. And after that, self-certification form will be coming here, that we need to fill self-certification. Here we have to upload a registration certificate and authorization letter that we have discussed. Company has to write a authorization letter in his letterhead and attach the letterhead. Then please provide the links or upload additional document to support your application. Then here is a self-certification will come. I certified that this is the self-certification. Then after accepting the terms and conditions, we have to click this. And here a note is there that the certification of recognition for startup will now be issued after examination of the application and document submitted. So the DPIIT shall issue it after examining all the information and documents submitted, and if it is accepted, then the certificate will be issued, and if it is rejected, then the DPIT cell issue is the reason for the rejection also. If any startup is rejected for issuing the certificate of a startup, then there will be a reason for the rejection also. So friend, this is all for my today's presentation, how to register a startup. So Warren Buffett also given a wonderful quote: price is what we pay and value is what we get. So friends, if you have any question regarding startup, how it's what are the benefits and what are its valuation methods, you can
Manish ji, there is one question.
definitely raise your question or unmute yourself and ask the. Yes, sir.
There is question in the chat box. Should I ask or will you be reading, sir?
I can read it one by one, I think.
Two questions are there in the last only.
Okay, last.
I'll just repeat for you. It's from
please.
Jogiraj.
That will be better. Huh?
It's from Jogiraj Das.
Yes.
So when in a single startup valuation method, whether any single startup valuation method is accurate all the time, or we have to apply multiple methods and combine techniques to find a fair value. Please suggest which model is suitable for startup valuation, and please suggest also whether book value method or asset-based valuation is similar to cost to duplicate approach.
Jogiraji, your question is very right. First of all, let me tell you that this assets valuation method or this book value method is not suitable at all for the startups, because that is a past means historical method that is best for the old ventures, but not for startups. For startup, we have to value a startup based on its future projections. That is the best method. If future projection is not possible, suppose हम फ्यूचर कैश फ्लो का जजमेंट वी कैन नॉट मेक इट राइट नाउ, अभी आइडिया स्टेज में ही स्टार्टअप है, सो फ्यूचर में कितना वैल्यूएशन होगा या अभी प्रोटोटाइप भी रेडी नहीं है. सो इन दिस काइंड ऑफ स्टार्टअप इट इज बेटर टू वैल्यू स्टार्टअप एट स्टेज लेवल, या फिर वी कैन वैल्यू स्टार्टअप by creating a scenario also, what will be happen at the best case scenario or worst case scenario or normal scenario. So by using the future oriented method like scenario method or stage level method or discounted cash flow method only, we should value a startup. And it is better to use 2-3 methods, at least 3 methods to value a startup, so that we can see all the angles of a valuation of a startup.
Right, sir. So another question is from Vijay Shahji. Does recycling of plastic bottles and converting it to yarn, will it be treated as startup?
Brijesh Raji, it can be treated as a startup. There is no problem if you are involving any technological input, how you are benefiting the customer and what is the innovative thing you are bringing in your idea. Because a chai wala can also be a startup if it is providing some unique service or unique way of capturing the customer, or if it is a scalable business model, it can be a repetitive business model. It can be easily scaled up to some new city or new venture. So there is no problem. You have to just elaborate your idea. These are the some innovative things, and these are some technological input which I am bringing, and I have to deploy so many persons. Like अगर वो scalable business model है, means जो employment generation कर रहा है, lot of new employees will be generated by, and economy को boost up कर रहा है. So there is no problem. It can be a startup model, sir.
Right, sir. Sir, एक general question भी है by Jogiraj Das ji only. What are the biggest mistakes made by startup entrepreneurs? And where can a startup get money for its business? Can startup operate its business from home? Please guide.
Jogiraj, again, your question is very relevant. This is my favorite question also, because I have also burnt up and I have started 2 ideas, 2 startup, and I failed on, means I can say I have not succeeded in those ideas. So I have better experience. According to my experience, the first and best challenge मतलब best solution to succeed in startup is to plan for each and everything. Means कि who will be my customers, what will be my revenue model, what will be my cost model, how I am going to acquire the customers, what will be my resources, different resources, whom will be my team members, whom will be my co-founders, what will be my distribution channels. So all these things we have to plan properly, and how much fund I require initially and at different stages also. That you have to plan and plan properly. Unless until you plan properly, you are planning to fail. So that is the biggest thing that a person can learn. And for everything we have to plan. But in case of startup, there is a big chance of failure, and जो हम लोगों ने पैसा लगाया है वो means it is going to go down. So एक proper planning होना सबसे important है. And your next question is about
from where the startup will get the money for its business.
Brijraj ji, sorry, Jogiraj ji again. देखिए startup initially it is best to invest their own fund. Means जो अपने sources से जो savings है उसी से funding करना better है. At least to come with a prototype. Nowadays अगर आपका prototype भी ready नहीं है, so no investor or no fund manager is going to invest. तो initial level पे and you have to build a proper business plan. आपका complete business plan ready रहना चाहिए और आपका pitch deck ready रहना चाहिए. Then only the investor is going to invest. आपका complete business plan नहीं होगा ready कि how you are going to scale up and what is your revenue model, at what stage you are going to acquiring some revenue. So अगर ये ready नहीं है तो nobody is going to invest. तो initial level पे आपको खुद को invest करना चाहिए. और अगर initial level पे आप किसी के पास जाएंगे तो they will take the maximum equity of your idea. So that is not the best idea. Right. Yes, Naveen.
Yeah, there's one another question from continuing in the same thing asked by Jogiraj ji. Can startup operates its business from home? We see a lot of companies are there where registered office is given as a residential address where the company is incorporated. So
yes, Jogiraj ji, there is no problem. It is best to start the startup from the house itself, because आपको ज्यादा टाइम आने जाने में डिवोट नहीं करना पड़ेगा. और नाउ इट इज बेस्ट मीन्स अभी तो आपको जो टीम मेंबर्स है दे आर आल्सो ऑपरेटिंग फ्रॉम होम. उनका जो स्ट्रेस लेवल भी कम होता है, आने जाने में समय कम लगता है, और रजिस्ट्रेशन ऑफिस जो देना है, रजिस्टर्ड ऑफिस देना है, सो उसका तो कोई प्रॉब्लम है ही नहीं. इफ यू हैव प्रॉपर डॉक्यूमेंट टू फॉर्म ए स्टार्टअप इन केस ऑफ LLP और कंपनी में जो आपको ROC में डॉक्यूमेंट सबमिट करना है, इफ यू हैव प्रॉपर डॉक्यूमेंट देन देयर इज नो प्रॉब्लम. एंड most of the startup has succeeded from the home या फिर गैरेज से सक्सीड हुए हैं. We know that Facebook है या फिर Microsoft है, all these startup has succeeded from the home या from the garage. So it is better to start your startup from the home. There is no problem.
All right, sir. So another question is from Rishi Agarwal. What if DPIIT rejects the application? Can we apply again? And is desk pitch mandatory?
Yes, sir. ऋषिराज जी, अगर कोई
ऋषि अग्रवाल
जी, देखिए अगर कोई स्टार्टअप आप रिजेक्ट करता है तो यू कैन अगेन अप्लाई. देयर इज नो प्रॉब्लम, देयर इज नो हार्म. अगर आपको जो रीजन में अप्लाई रिजेक्ट किया है, यू हैव टू फुलफिल दैट कंडीशन, या फिर यू हैव टू सोल्व दैट प्रॉब्लम. Again you have to apply and you can get registration from the DPIIT. There is no problem.
And another one, sir, is desk pitch mandatory?
ये तो mandatory for the purpose of DPIIT registration. It is not mandatory, but for the purpose of seeking some investor fund, that is mandatory.
Okay. Another question is from Rajkumar Jagani. Is there any resources available on internet which provides you a template or a model business plan to create your business plan for a technology-based startup for the purpose of funding?
सर इंटरनेट में तो बहुत कुछ अवेलेबल है, बट यू हैव टू रिलाई ऑन द रिसोर्सेज ऑफ इंटरनेट. आपको ह्यूज टाइम एंड अपना एनर्जी वेस्ट करना पड़ेगा, देन यू कैन फाइंड ए प्रॉपर सॉल्यूशन. बट आई थिंक इट इज बेटर टू टेक हेल्प फ्रॉम ए प्रोफेशनल और टेक हेल्प फ्रॉम योर फ्रेंड्स कि जो प्रॉपर आपका बिजनेस प्लान बना के दे दे. बट इंटरनेट में आपको बहुत सारे रिसोर्सेज मिल जाएंगे. देयर इज एनफ रिसोर्सेज. यू कैन टेक हेल्प फ्रॉम इंटरनेट. You can search the business plan for tech company. So lot of prototype or this business model is available.
Right, sir. Sir, those were the questions which were there in the chat box. I would request if any of the audience have any specific question, they can raise their hand. I will unmute and they can ask them directly to the speaker.
Yes, sir.
In the meantime, Manish, just for my query, that as you said that in a startup cases, the valuation has been exempted. Means if we value 10 rupees or 100 rupees share at 1000 rupees also, the income
Yes.
tax is not going to question us. So is it again we can value it at any valuation, or it has to be supportive by any method through which we have attained the valuation? Because we know that if a startup is there, there is no backing up with the turnovers or the revenues or anything which the company is having. So is it should be based on the industry where the company is going to make up a startup, or how should be we place the methodology of finding out the valuation at which the share to be issued?
Yes, Naveen ji. As I have discussed already regarding this, that first the startup need to get registered with the DPIIT. Then for the purpose of raising the capital, it need to file form 2 with the DPIIT for the purpose of raising capital. And in the form 2 itself, the DPIIT is asking for the detail at what amount the company startup wants to raise the capital. But for the purpose of backup, the startup needs to prepare some model. Suppose the fair market value is 100 rupees and startup want to issue share at 1000 rupees. So that it need to make a backup plan also ki why this 1000 rupees has come up. So but there will be no question asked ki in case of normal company, suppose 100 rupees से 1000 में issue करता है, so there will be income charge in the hand of the company. But in case of startup, there will be no question asked and no income will be charged, because it has to get first approval from the DPIIT after filing form 2, because that is a pre-requirement.
Pre-requirement है. DPIIT will not ask any question as to how you have valued this at so high level.
No, because startup is already registered with the DPIIT. वो क्वेश्चन तो पहले ही आस्क कर लिया था कि what is your scalable business model and what is the innovative idea you are coming up with. So if it is a startup, then it is a set thing कि that it can grow very rapidly in future. आज उसका 100 rupees है, तो it can come up with 1000 rupees or 10,000 rupees भी हो सकता है.
Right, sir. If anybody is having any question, they can put forward.
Yes, sir. I'll be happy to answer.
Many few of the participants were also asking your number. So if you could just share in the chat box, if we can
yes,
see,
sir. Sure.
Through which they can contact you.
And I am providing email address also. If they need, sometimes they can ask any question also.
So friends, we have Manish ji's phone
somebody
number
is asking for
the
sorry to interrupt.
Yeah.
Somebody is asking for the PPT also. So I'll provide to Naveen ji. He will share the PPT with all of you.
Yeah, all the participants, I'll be sharing it. And you can make a note of the email ID and the phone number Manish ji has shared in the chat box. So I would guess there's no questions by any of the participants, and we'll be wrapping up the session. Manish ji, it was a very, very valuable session with respect to the startups, whereby you have discussed in details how the startup has to plan, because rightly said that without planning, none of the buildings can stand forward. Even they cannot put a step forward. And since for a startup, they have to grow their business, so they have to plan each and every steps to succeed. And for getting the startup enrolled by DPIT and to get all the exemptions from income tax, so those things also needs to, and definitely there is a challenge. Without challenge, no entrepreneur or enterprise can succeed. You explained it in details, and we thank you for the same. I, on behalf of Views Exchange and all the members present over here, give you a heartiest vote of thanks. Uh, uh, since it's a virtual world, I would clap for myself.
Thank you. Thank you.
And
We plan for ourselves.
that
We
was
all
excellent
plan for
deliberation. And thank you for sparing the time. I also thank all my colleague members of Views Exchange, my past presidents, including you also, for supporting Views Exchange and giving us the knowledge to share with. Thanks a lot. Thank you.
Thank you, Navinji. It was a nice pleasure and great pleasure to be on a Views platform. So it's all my pleasure.
मनीष जी बहुत बहुत नमस्कार.
Namaskar.